What's up guys, I'm John Flores. I play guitar in the Red Seduction and I'm going to show you my stuff. My stuff. So first of all, I want to show you guys my amp. This is it right here. It's a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe 3 tube amp. So I've had this amp for like 6 years. I just always wanted a tube amp, and Fender's a really good brand. I actually just picked it because that's what was there at the store when we went to buy it. It sounds a little bit like this. I usually just keep it with a little bit of distortion on it, and that's pretty much it. We had our first show at a bar and we needed better equipment, so we just went and bought a bunch of stuff, including this board right here. This is a Boss ME80 effect board. Yeah, that's where I get all my sounds from. I don't really like carrying my pedals to shows, so one thing for everything is just what works for me. I also had this around 6 years. I bought it the same day as my amp. My guitar is a Fender Jaguar made in Mexico. I call it Mars. And yeah, it's just a pretty basic 2 single coils. This is a sticker that Vic gave me. Shout out to Vic. And that's pretty much all I use for recording and live and jamming by myself. Okay, so now I'd like to show you guys a few examples of what my stuff sounds like all together. So I'd like to show you guys how the amp sounds by itself. Most of the time I keep a delay on pretty much all the time. Just some space added to the sound. And you can hear that pretty much in everything. One song that I really like, where it sounds really good, is on The Fix. Another effect that I like to use a lot is fuzz. I use that pretty much on all of my guitar solos. Fuzz is just more distorted distortion. As you can hear it in songs like Freak Out. So I'm gonna play a riff and then I'm gonna turn it on so you can hear the difference. When it comes to solos, it sounds a little bit like this. Other effects that I like to use here and there are some modulation effects, especially tremolo. Tremolo just kind of brings the volume up and down really quick. You can hear that in one of our songs called Courage. One thing I did forget to mention about my amp is that it has 2 channels, and I have a foot switch right here that helps me switch between the 2. And the second channel, which is the drive channel, has 2 modes. One which is a little softer, and the other one which is a little bit more distorted, more like heavy rock. And I do play around with that throughout some of our songs. Depending on what level of intensity I want, I'll press the foot switch or leave it off. An example of that is the same song, Courage. When I go into the main riff that I play throughout the song, I kick on the distortion. So I'll play first without it. I'll turn it on so you can see what it sounds like. Just adds more a fun aggressive sound to the tone. Another effect that I like to use a lot is a phaser effect, which is in the fix as well. During the breakdown, I'll switch it on and I'll do some bends and some melody rundowns. This also uses the fuzz effect, and it sounds a little bit like this. Another effect that I like to use is a chorus effect. I recently found a use for this effect in one of our songs called Lunatica, which is a cumbia. And a lot of old cumbias have this sort of effect on them, and this is what it sounds like. I guess there's only 2 more effects that I use, and I use them using the expression pedal here on my board. It also acts as a volume, but the way that I use it is for the wah, and you can hear that in, again, our song Courage. And the last effect that I like to use with the expression pedal is something called delay oscillation, which is one of the things that I really like about this board. I haven't really seen that done with individual pedals, or at least that I know of, but it's a cool effect that I use to bring more energy and build up to a song. It's mostly just noise, something to add right before I go into a solo or as the drums start to kick in and the song starts, you know? This is what it sounds like. And then if I add some distortion to that, and you can hear that pretty much in every song. The Fix, Freak Out, Lunatica, and a bunch of others. Well, that's pretty much it for my equipment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow us on our social medias, and we'll see you at the next show.